Number 31, 17. The Bible categorically addresses Jesus Christ as servant of God, but some Christians have different understanding. Some elevated Jesus from teacher to master, to Lord and finally God. Yet they all believe that Jesus Christ was born by a virgin and was circumcised on the day. Jesus Christ was a servant of God, according New International Version NIV, 1 Act 3:13. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of our fathers, has glorified his servant Jesus. You handed him over to be killed, and you disowned him before Pilate, though he had decided to let him go. 2 Act 3:26 NIV, when God raised up his servant, he sent him first to you to bless you by turning each of you from your wicked ways. 3 Act 4:27 NIV, indeed Herod and Pontius Pilate met together with the Gentiles and the people of Israel in this city to conspire against your holy servant Jesus, whom you anointed. 4 Act 4:30 NIV, stretch out your hand to heal and perform signs and wonders through the name of your holy servant Jesus. According to the Bible and Jesus Christ, there is only one God. 1 Mark 12:29 NIV, the most important one, answered Jesus, is this, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. 2 Isaiah 43:10-11 KJV Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. I, even I, am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior. Etc. The word God used in the Bible is not refers to Jesus Christ, because Jesus has confirms and confesses that our God is one, including Jesus Christ himself. Examples: 1 Act 2:24 NIV, but God raised him from the dead, freeing him from the agony of death, because it was impossible for death to keep its hold on him. 2 Act 2:32 NIV, God has raised this Jesus to life, and we are all witnesses of it. 3 Act 3:26 NIV, when God raised up his servant, he sent him first to you to bless you by turning each of you from your wicked ways. 4 Act 3:8-9 NIV, he jumped to his feet and began to walk. Then he went with them into the temple courts, walking and jumping, and praising God. When all the people saw him walking and praising God, 5 Act 3:15 NIV, you killed the author of life, but God raised him from the dead. We are witnesses of this. 6 Act 3:18 NIV, but this is how God fulfilled what he had foretold through all the prophets, saying that his Messiah would suffer. 7 Act 3:21 NIV, heaven must receive him until the time comes for God to restore everything, as he promised long ago through his holy prophets. Act 5:29 NIV, Peter and the other apostles replied, we must obey God rather than human beings. 9 Act 5:30 The God of our ancestors raised Jesus from the dead, whom you killed by hanging him on a cross. 10 Act 5:39 NIV, but if it is from God, you will not be able to stop these men, you will only find yourselves fighting against God. 11 Romans 1-8 NIV, first, I thank my God through Jesus Christ for all of you, because your faith is being reported all over the world. 12 Romans 1:10 NIV, in my prayers at all times, and I pray that now at last by God's will the way may be opened for me to come to you. 13 Romans 1:18-19 If the wrath of God is being revealed from heaven against all the godlessness and wickedness of people, who suppress the truth by their wickedness, since what may be known about God is plain to them, because God has made it plain to them. 14 Romans 1:20-21 NIV, for since the creation of the world God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God nor gave thanks to him, but their thinking became futile and their foolish hearts were darkened. 15 Romans 1:23 NIV, and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images made to look like a mortal human being and birds and animals and reptiles, etc. But yet some Christians consider Jesus Christ as God. If another verse of the Bible refers Jesus Christ as God, then the reliability of the Bible must be questioned. Why should there be a self-contradiction? It is said that, if a Christian will read his Bible well from cover to cover, he will deny or leave Christianity by himself. One should not take his eternity for granted. Advice: accept Islam and have a peace with God on the Day of Judgment.